Day 3. But it's actually just me taking another video on this very same day. So, if you're someone who wants to make content and you feel like you're lazy as fuck, don't worry because we're the same. Have fun, my friend. We're best friends. You can do exactly the same what I'm doing. And I think you're never gonna lose doing this. I mean, people are not gonna watch your videos because your videos suck, like just like my videos. And so you're not really gonna get embarrassed. And plus, you get to see your transformation. Like, I don't take a lot of photos every day as well. So it's fun to see how my face looks like at this time, at this, at this, yeah, this time. Oh my god. Anyways, so this is what I'm talking about, right? So I am so amazed because my mom, she actually likes to talk a lot. She likes to yap. She can talk for 3 hours straight. And if I could train myself doing the exact same thing how my mom is doing it, I think I'm just gonna become a good speaker. And plus, every time she talks to other people, it's always gonna be, you know my story? It started just like this. Why do I have a why do I have that accent? Anyways, my mom doesn't talk like that, okay? Um for this day 3, what I'm gonna talk about is like how I feel with my upcoming responsibility. I'm really so scared because studying and working at the same time. I wish I'm not gonna work though, because I have the chance of being able to not work but still receiving a fund from the government here. I live in Spain. Okay, that's one thing I can share about myself personally. And so I am working at the moment, and they have this thing called Baja. So so you already know that I'm working in a hotel, right? So if you're working in a hotel and they close, right? Because the season is low, there's not a lot of clients, there's not a lot of guests checking ins. Then what they do is they do a baja, which means they're just gonna hire just a couple. They're just gonna have to make, let's say for example, a couple of people in the restaurant department, in the housekeeping department, in the front office department. Does that make sense? And they could like do the baja with me, and I could request for the government to give me let's say like a help, right? And I could do that and study, solely focus on studying, and so I could achieve like the highest grades as much as I can. And so I could do that actually. But next year they're gonna have to call me back to work again in the high season, right? So I could do that as well, and that's actually my plan, to ask my boss to do the baja, which is like you're gonna have to take me out of the company. That's what it means in Spanish, okay? And so they call me back once there is a high season again. That is such a good plan because ever since I was in university, I could get a perfect score in an exam just because all I do for those summer was study. I don't go out. I don't see my friends because I don't have one. I mean, I have one, but because I'm forced to go with them. I love them, but sometimes I really wanted to do something else, but I just can't say no. And all the friends, the group friends that I had before, I'm not really talking to them right now because again, I don't like texting as well. I don't like messaging. And so when even when I was in another country before where I used to work as well, I have a group of friends there because we stay in the same church. I don't get in contact with them because I am so lazy when it comes to maintaining any kinds of relationship. At least that's a story I tell myself, right? And this is for another story. And so, where am I? So, yeah, we're in the Baja. So when I do that, I have the higher chance, a higher possibility to get the honor, to get into the honor society, and to become the president of that honor society. Because I've been seeing all their posts. Because I'm on LinkedIn, I'm very active on LinkedIn, and this month, the school that I'm going to has graduated maybe 100, 200 plus of students, and I've seen this like 10 or 11 students from the school who has the highest grades and is included in this honor society. And there's this one man who was the president of the society, and I just feel, and I just thought, like, wow, I want to be that person who would be standing in that podium and would be posting it on my LinkedIn that I was a president, not because of the title, but because I deserve to become one, because of the hard work and discipline and the leadership that I've shown to to the school. And I have such high ambition that I have I have to put a lot of work right now just so I could achieve them. Because sometimes I cannot keep up with my standards of where I see myself. Because again, I'm so afraid to just start and then feel like I'm going to fail. You know what I'm saying? And that's where my biggest mistake is. Because with failing, it's not really actually failing, it's more on just taking out all the gunk and the dirt and just keep digging into it, and then you will see the real diamond. But I just have to take it out first, and I wouldn't be able to see it if I don't start with a dirty work. That's something they don't teach you at school. And if you don't have an adult who has lived their life and has seen this and has understood this concept, well, you're gonna waste a lot of years just trying to make sure that everything is perfect. Like, I like cooking as well. I would see a lot of this cool editing, cool cooking skills, and I would think, like, I wish I can cook like them. I wish I could edit this kind of videos. But I haven't seen the work that they have put in years before that. All the hours that they have put in before getting this final product of masterpiece. Like, when I was wishing, they were working. When I was daydreaming, they were working. When I was sleeping and thinking that I wish I could get my dream, I was they were doing the work. So for me, I think I would love to stop with a lot of thinking, but start with a lot of action right now. And that's why I've been posting a lot of content every day on my LinkedIn, and I think it's my one way of showing that I am changing right now, and my back hurts. Oh, from sitting at this position. And I'm tired. I'm literally tired right now of talking. I wanted to eat my favorite fruit, which is peach. Can I go first? I'll pause this and then I can keep talking. But no, I wouldn't be able to focus. Oh, yeah, let's talk about focus. I don't know about you, but it's so hard to focus nowadays, isn't it? Or I'm just dumb. Like, I had this opportunity. See, it takes me like 2 seconds to think of what that English word is, but I know perfectly what that English word is. So imagine how slow I speak when I'm trying to speak in Spanish and when trying to have a conversation with a Spanish person. Like, I am so slow at the moment, but I will improve. Like, also the last time I went to Korea, I had the opportunity to talk to someone who was no, well, not was, she's a dancer, and I was, you know, going there and getting different kinds of classes. And of course, she's one of the teachers, rare teachers who spoke in English because, well, she's from LA. And she speaks so fast that I feel like I'm speaking a different kind of language. It felt like she's speaking a different kind of language. And I would think of what I'm gonna say because again, I'm translating my words or my sentences from my native language to English. But sometimes people would not think about it because of how I pronounce it and how my accent sounds like, because they say I sound like a Canadian. And I would say, nah, that is a YouTube accent. And because of that, I would feel so dumb that I couldn't put my words out there right away. Because when I was speaking to her, she would like finish my sentence even before I have thought of the word. And I was thinking, oh my god, this girl speaks so fast. She's like a version of an Andalusian person who speaks Spanish. She's spitting words right, like bruh. Feels like you're rapping. Are you a rapper? Like you're a dancer. But anyways, yeah. I am yapping. Should I name this channel Yapper? She's a yapper. No, I don't like that identity. Let's make it a little bit elegant, shall we? Help me think of a name because I'm just thinking right now it's called JJ because that's the start of my real name. No, I'm not gonna talk. I will not say my real name until this actually gets 100,000 subscribers, which is not gonna happen because it might happen, but in a few years, not now. I love this technique of making videos in advance. For example, in a day, I could make 5 videos, and so like for the whole week, I'm already done. And then tomorrow, I make another 5 whole videos, and then the next week, I'm already done. And so right now, I'm just talking and not really thinking of anything that makes sense because I'm already so tired. But I am so grateful that I'm doing this. If there's something that you wanted to do, I have read this from LinkedIn or from somewhere, is that one of the main difference of people who are massively successful to people who has just like a normal life is that how fast they take action from thought to action, how fast they can improve from failure to failure, how fast, like, we are people, we are humans, we have emotions, and so when we fail, of course we can shout, we can we can punch the wall, we can blame someone, but at the end of the day, it's not about not feeling anything, but it's about how fast you bounce back to actually being in control of your life, of being in control of the results. Because no matter how much you blame other people, at the end of the day, they're not going to be able to help you. No matter how much you blame the government or your parents or your environment or your childhood, it's not really going to change your future. The only thing that can change your future is your actions that you are doing today, and that if you keep showing up every single day. Like, for example, the videos that I'm seeing, it shows that it's too easy, it shows too smooth, shows like it's too perfect. And when I tried to do it, I was like, how can I fucking do it? Because I can't do it. How can I edit this? It is so hard. Well, they have done it for 1,000 times. They have failed for 1,000 times. And that's why they have the result. For me, my main focus is to be able to make a video in one take. Even if I have mistakes, it can still be there, and I wanted people to see it, and I could think of and articulate of anything on real time without even having to have this pressure of it has to be perfect, because it's never going to be perfect. And if it's perfect, it sounds like AI, right? And I think that's where I'm at right now. And for me to have my thoughts when I'm talking, for it to be organized, because right now, as you can see, this is not scripted at all, and I have no plan whatsoever of what I'm going to talk about. I'm just going on, right, with a flow. And because of that, it is so much easier for my brain to accept the challenge of making the videos, even if I don't really want to. And that's why I wanted to start right away, because that gives my brain the right to just accept it and not say, well, we don't have this, oh, we don't have this. You are like this person, right? You want this to be this way. But because I make it so the barrier and the standard was so low, then it will just say, okay, fine, let's do it, right? The same thing with starting to work out, the same thing with starting a career, the same thing with learning a language, the same thing with anything at all. You just have to make the barrier so low and make it so easy, and start slow but surely, consistently, until you get the identity of it, right? So that's what I'm doing right now. And so if you're watching this, well, God bless you, because I don't know why. Um, I'm so grateful. I hope you're not watching the screen. I hope that you're just listening through it, so you don't waste a lot of your time, because again, I haven't prepared anything at all. So that's it. I'm gonna have a 5-minute rest, or maybe a 10-minute rest. I'm gonna do a little bit of meditation maybe, and I'm gonna eat my favorite fruit, peach, and then I'm gonna come back and make another video for the next days. Bye.